All right, everybody, welcome back. This is the Zoop Podcast. You can find us every Wednesday at roughly around 6 o'clock Pacific. We try to do our best. On YouTube, we stream live. Also on Facebook, you can find the audio version of this podcast on iTunes, on Spotify as well. Descriptions of, the links to all the campaigns that we're talking about, those descriptions are going to be in the show notes. You can check out the description in the YouTube page as well. So go, please support the creators that show up on this show, give you their hard-earned work, give you their time. One of those people today, I've known for quite a long time, actually, now that I think about it. Edgardo, Miranda-Rodriguez, welcome to the Zoop Podcast, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Jordan. This is, I love what y'all are doing. Definitely have been championing this behind the scenes, getting a lot of creators sent your way. For those that obviously are on this podcast, you guys have created the ideal model that truly supports the space for independent creators such as myself, for artists, and it really is a powerful platform for empowering this genre, this medium, this genre of superheroes, but this medium of comic books that many of us love so passionately, and I think that Zoop is really the way to move in this new space of looking at independent storytelling and also aside from that, supporting artists. I think it's no secret the majority of the artists in the comic book industry are freelancers, from writers to illustrators. So it's a great opportunity. I think like the art book that Jorge Molina just launched recently and its success is a testament to the fact that he has a very loyal fan base that really support him as an artist, and having the platform to have his own art book on Zoop, I think is ideal. So props to you.
Thank you, man.
Props to everyone on this team for not only the vision, but for the work that you're putting into it.
You're making me blush, man. This is supposed to be about you, but I'll take the flowers. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Of course, man. Of course.
But let's talk about what we're doing together, why we're working together. You have a character that you've been working on now for 8, 9, even probably longer than I know, years. And this project, and please forgive me, La Borinqueña.
Boom.
Hey,
got it. Right. You got it, B.
I'm trying. So
man, you got it.
This is a character with multiple volumes. I mean, hundreds of pages of story that you have created, you have written, you've collaborated with multiple other, mostly artists, really. I mean, you're the writer on all this. I don't think you draw anything, do you?
What I do is I do the character designs. I do a lot of the sketching. I art direct the entire series. I put together everything from photo references to GPS markers for locations to even costume designs, and occasionally even like thumbnail covers. So my background before I got into comic books, and I still am, I am a creative director with a background as a graphic designer. So I'm a creative. When you look at the title design, that was me. That was 100% my graphic design. The packaging of the books, the lettering, that's all me. But the character designs, it's almost like I learned from Stan Lee, right? Because Stan Lee for a while was on this, that he's the sole creator of so many characters. But the reality is Ditko, Kirby, and so many other creators had a hand in developing a lot of these characters because it was a collaborative process. So understanding that, what I've done, since I'm a visual artist as well as a storyteller, is I've kind of combined both spaces with a background as a creative director. I creative direct the series. So yeah, this is my vision, from like her hair texture to the colors of her costume, the design. That's all my input. And then I just, I'm not a sequential artist. So I surround myself with smarter people, more talented artists in that space. And we've had an incredible opportunity to collaborate with illustrators like Will Rosado, Gus Vasquez, Emilio Lopez, Manuel Preitano, and so many others, and legends who have done our covers, from George Perez, Carlos Pacheco, Bill Sienkiewicz, Frank Miller, Tony Daniel, Ken Lashley. It's an incredible list of comic book artists that are known for what their contributions are to this medium for decades, right? And they believe in our work. All of these artists that I name dropped, they've all donated their art to our project, including the newest cover for the volume, Ariel Jesús Colón. Ariel donated this wraparound cover for us in this beautiful style of cover painting that he does. He made his debut as a cover artist for DC Comics last fall, and it's exciting that he reached out to us. And quite honestly, his offer to do this cover had no context. And to give that some understanding, he created a cover without a project. And when I saw this cover, it literally said, "Goodness, this has to be our first volume. This has to collect this first 4 graphic novels that we've produced." Because the cover that he produced was so epic and so powerful that it really, in my honesty, couldn't do justice just to a single issue. I felt that it was a perfect opportunity to make it into this oversized hardcover book. And I have a lot of books here in my office, a lot of hardcover editions. My favorite one is Darwin Cook's New Frontier in this slipcase. And I love the idea of having hardcover books that are larger than the traditional comics. Traditional comics are just under 7 inches by 10 inches. Our book is going to be 12 inches by 8 inches. That's a whole 2 inches bigger than a standard book. It's going to be a hardcover. And it's perfect for libraries. It's perfect for collectors, and it's an opportunity for people to read the entire first arc. It's taken me 7 years to write and produce this completely independently, coupled with a continued philanthropic work in Puerto Rico. So this project, with your support, because this was also, I really want to like give you guys another shout out, because when you guys approached me with this idea of working with you, you also offered to support our philanthropic work. And I'm very grateful that you're making a donation back to our charitable work. And that's what sets us apart from all of these other projects that exist under major publishers. As an independent publisher, obviously, this is something we self-produce, create, but we're dedicated to humanitarian work, and we have been for many, many years. And this book is going to continue in that. And one of the cool things that you and Eric both came up with is this buy one donate model. Buy one donate. Yeah. Literally, like if you buy 2 books when the campaign officially launches tomorrow, one of those books will go to you, and another one will be set aside for a public library in Puerto Rico. And we're creating a collection of books that we're going to give away to public libraries. So when you make that contribution, you're literally supporting these public libraries in Puerto Rico. And I'm old school. I grew up with PBS. And I loved these fundraising campaigns when they engaged viewers by asking them to donate to public television, and you'd get a tote bag, or you'd get a mug, or you'd get a box set of a certain documentary series. And I think that the idea of getting people engaged in philanthropy and in charity work is kind of like altruistic and is a beautiful thing, but it's also really cool when you physically have something in your hands. Like if you're reading this book and somebody's like, "What are you reading?" You could tell them about the character, you could tell them about the stories, but you could also say, "Yo, I bought this book, and this book is actually helping some philanthropic work, but I still physically have this book in my hand." You know what I mean? So it's something of a unique model that we've done with our project, something that I'm proud of. And it navigates this space of traditional comic book storytelling, geekdom, fandom, but also education and cultural advocacy.
Yeah, I mean, you had just mentioned in all of that. I think that's a great sort of summary of all these things that you as a creator are involved in: philanthropy, characters, your ethnicity, your background, your heritage. I mean, I feel like this project, La Borinqueña, like really kind of combines all of that. I'd love for you to just kind of share a little bit about the main character, a little bit about the story. You don't have to give any spoilers or anything, but let people know, hey, what are they in for when they back this campaign? What can they expect within these pages?
When you pick up La Borinqueña, first of all, this is the perfect time to jump into this project. If you've never heard about our work, or if you've seen the imagery, but you've never read the book, this is the perfect time to jump into it. Consider this, you just literally reached the end of the first major season, and now you can binge.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You don't have to kind of like wait for that next episode. Oh, it just that season ended a cliffhanger. Now you gotta wait another year, etc. For the last 7 years, we've published these books. We have a complete story arc. The main character is La Borinqueña, also known as Marisol Rios de la Luz. Marisol is an undergraduate student who, when she takes a semester to study in Puerto Rico, finds these ancient artifacts that are found in these caves throughout Puerto Rico. When she combines these artifacts, these crystals together, it opens up a portal into another dimension that connects her to the deities, the semis, as they're referred to by the Taínos. The Taínos were indigenous people of Puerto Rico. So a lot of comics, what a lot of people may not know, are connected to mythologies, connected to religion. Superman is literally the story of Moses. Obviously, we know Thor. Obviously, we know Hercules, all of these other canon characters that exist in the major two publishers. But with La Borinqueña, she's connected to Puerto Rican mythology, mysticism. Her powers come from the elements. The Taino goddesses and gods, the semis, a lot of their powers were rooted in the elements. The supreme being is actually a mother goddess. She imbues her with these superpowers that allow her to control and manipulate weather, which gives her the ability to fly. Her superhuman strength comes from the seas and the mountains. Her star is a sentient entity that actually opens portals that allows her to communicate with the goddesses and gods, but also allows her to see the past, not engage with the past. She's not a time traveler, but she literally can walk through the past as if she were in some sort of virtual reality space, kind of like the holodeck in Star Trek, and it's an opportunity as a storyteller, as myself, to give readers a kind of like a visualization of a lot of historical moments, but it's kind of all still connected to the story of the superhero. And the superhero story kind of like plays with a lot of tropes, which are often found in comics. But when you talk about what's been happening and continue happening in Puerto Rico, a lot of those tropes are realities: government corruption, corporate corruption, goodness. If you're living in New York like I am right now, we are literally seeing with the real world effects of climate change right now, with the Canadian wildfires that have created this sepia haze. With the air quality right now, I'm looking at my phone. The air quality right now is 285. I don't even know what that means because I've never had
I've heard it's like the worst in the country at the moment.
It's the worst in the country right now. I think it's the worst on the planet. It's 285. That's bonkers. Yesterday it was at 151, right? And the book kind of like brings in these themes through a superhero story. And it's an opportunity for readers to kind of like introduce themselves to a new superhero, introduce themselves to a new universe, but also kind of like engage with a part of our U.S. experience and our part of our U.S. culture, which is always overlooked. Puerto Rico has been a part of the U.S. for over a century. The last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of news stories trending where Puerto Ricans have not been allowed to get on a plane or rent a car or even buy alcohol because they've been asked for their passports when we've been U.S. citizens for over a century, serving in wars since World War I. This superhero is a hero that speaks to that. And that's why our first graphic novel was part of the National Museum of American History, the Smithsonian, inside of their permanent collection. And that's one of the things that kind of like sets us apart from a lot of independent comic books. We're in that collection alongside with the big two. And we've been doing this for many years now.
I gotta say, I mean, like I've met a lot of people in the comics world that have a lot of cool accolades, but you're probably like the first and only person I know that could say that you have a book in the Smithsonian.
Dude, when they first told me that, I had this visualization of the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark when they were bringing the Ark of the Covenant inside the giant warehouse. And I'm like, my book is in there. It's next to Indiana Jones's, like archaeological findings. Maybe not, but
in a bag and board protecting
it.
Yeah,
no doubt. Yeah, actually, when they had the exhibition up, they literally had it in a bag and board. That's what's really cool. I mean, respect. They understand the comic book culture. They're definitely long boxers. They're not putting it in wood crates. They're putting them in long boxes, archival long boxes.
That's funny, man. But so, I mean, aside from some of the accolades, aside from some of the big name creators that you mentioned earlier on, you also do a lot of stuff with, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I have to point out, some celebrities: John Leguizamo, Rosario Dawson. I don't know if there's others that I'm leaving off the list, but
there are a lot of celebrities who not only we've been directly involved with, but who have actually connected with us because of this work. Louis Guzman, who many people may know recently as Gomez Adams from the hit Wednesday. Anthony Ramos, who many may know now from the new Transformers movie that's going to drop this Friday. Luna Lauren Velez, who's Rio Morales in the Spider-Verse movie. These are all celebrities who have actually reached out and connected with us because of the work, either to give us kind of like a shout out on social media, invite us to events, connect with us to actually support our philanthropic work. And then you have people who have been kind of like a consistent and pivotal partner over the years, like Rosario Dawson, who literally appears as herself. And her book is going to be collected in this volume as well. And Rosario's been connected to our work since the first Puerto Rican Day Parade when we debuted in 2016. when then a year of meeting us, she had her own La Borinqueña costume made. She's appeared at art exhibitions that we've used to raise money. She's done signings with us. She's appeared as herself in this graphic novel, and she's consistently been involved with our work to support our philanthropic work and to really kind of like amplify our stories. And it's kind of like incredibly exciting that her series is about to drop in like less than 2 months, Ahsoka. And these are these artists that are supporting us. I mean, all the artists I mentioned right now, Anthony Ramos, Louis Guzman, Lauren Velez, Rosario, they're all in projects that are like big deals.
Yeah,
right
for sure.
now. Big deals, you know. So we're very humbled and excited and honored when people read our books, wear our hats, wear our merch, promote our stuff on social media. You know, it's very exciting. And there's a lot of other artists behind the scenes that do stuff that I can't mention, but we're grateful
Understood.
stuff for us. And one of the things I will share, and one of the things we're gonna do with our Zoop campaign over the next 30 days when it launches officially tomorrow, is that we're going to actually reveal incentives. One of those incentives that I'm super freaking excited about, and I name dropped them earlier, is coming from Jorge Molina himself. Jorge Molina has an incredibly successful campaign going on right now on Zoop. He already funded his project, and it's still going on for another like couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
He's with us, believes in our work so much, and has actually created an original cover that he donated. And what we're going to do is, as part of one of the add-ons, you're gonna get a Zoop exclusive to buy the reprint of the first issue with a Jorge Molina variant cover. And that's something we're going to be revealing very soon, exclusively through Zoop, exclusively during this 30-day campaign that we're going to be launching. And it's exciting. And then some of the variant covers that we're also going to be posting, the late Carlos Pacheco, before he passed away, did an homage to his own Action Comics Superman cover with La Borinqueña. We also have a Will Rosado variant cover available. So it's an opportunity to kind of like honestly support what we're already doing, but as a collector, kind of like add some really cool items to your collection. And you could probably answer this better because I'm not exactly sure the timetable, but I think we're looking for the actual campaign is launching over the next 30 days. But if it's funded and everything works out, the actual fulfillment will be hopefully by this fall, this holiday season. We're looking at possibly, right?
Yeah. We're looking at to get books in people's hands by Christmas. I think is a safe window to give ourselves here. You know, the good thing is, for those that don't know, Puerto Ricans, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, celebrate Christmas to the end of January. So we have a really big Christmas window to promote the project and to get it out there. So, you know, this is a great opportunity to plan way in advance to not only have this project supported, but to also start doing Christmas shopping, to really support our books, to really support our stories, and to kind of like empower yourself and understanding that these projects continue to invest themselves in this philanthropic work and charity work that we've been committed to over the years. You know, ever since Hurricane Maria, we have been there, we have been engaged, we have been dedicated, and we have been visible with the work and the impact I believe that we've been doing locally through nonprofits in Puerto Rico.
Hey, I think we lost Jordan. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Chance. Yo, for those who don't know, this is Chance the streamer, not the rapper.
Nope, that's me, Chance the streamer. So while I got you here, let's talk about if you were stranded on a desert island, just to give folks an idea about like what your influences and background would be. What would be your desert island run or book that you would want to have with you?
Oh man, I grew up on Spider-Man. You know, I grew up on John Romita Jr. He's one of my favorite all-time illustrators. And I grew up also on Uncanny X-Men. Chris Claremont is definitively one of my favorite writers. So I am very old school. I would definitely love to have my 80s, 90s run of X-Men, and I still got my long boxes. So hopefully if I'm stranded on a desert island, those long boxes are like waterproofed by some freakish reason.
They seem to stand up.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the reality. You know, it's like in my home, I have two sons. I'm Peter Parker generation, and they're Miles Morales generation. So that's kind of like how the defining nerddom is identified here in the mighty Miranda household.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool leap in generations and passing that on to your kids. That's great. That's really cool. So, and who would be your dream collaborator then?
Wow. Well, honestly, if it's a dream, I really wish
Like
I would
live
have,
or dead?
like magical dream. My magical dream would have been to
Yeah,
collaborate
fantasy.
with George Perez. I mean, I grew up idolizing him as a fellow Puerto Rican who grew up in New York City. It was incredible to look at the masthead of this comic book and see a Spanish last name and then to learn later on that he was also from the Bronx, like I was. I mean, for me, it was a dream come true when George actually like illustrated the cover of our second book and donated that cover to us. Another artist who also like recently passed away, Carlos Pacheco. We got to do another cover. Those two, especially Carlos, because Carlos was actually a dear friend, and we talked about a lot of projects to collaborate on. That definitely would have been one of my dreams. But in terms of like who's out there right now, I would love to be able to collaborate with Tony Daniel, who already did a cover for Reconstruction, or Humberto Ramos, who is working on something for us that I can't like say beyond anything that's for the hopefully in 24 we'll announce that. And one of my closest friends, Mike Hawthorne. I mean, in a perfect world, I would love Mike Hawthorne to work with us on a series, but he has worked with us and has supported us. And for those who don't know, Mike Hawthorne is actually Puerto Rican as well. Even though his last name is Hawthorne, don't get it twisted. We have last names that aren't all Spanish, And Mike actually worked with us on a mural that's in Philadelphia right now. Mike worked with us on an exhibition that was part of the school that he teaches at, the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. And Mike has been an avid supporter of our work. In fact, one of the other incentives that we're going to announce during the run of our campaign is going to be the opportunity to own an original Mike Hawthorne La Borinqueña sketch that he's going to donate to the campaign. And we're super excited about that. We're also going to get an original illustration donated to the campaign by Des Taylor. And we're also going to get one from Sean Martinborough. And these are just the few that I'm ready to announce who have made a commitment, and we're in communication with others. So, you'll be able to support the project when it drops officially on the 8th of June, which is Thursday. But if you come back, you'll also be, once you make that support initially, you're going to be added to our mailing list, right? So immediately you're going to get that update. If we add a new incentive and you want to come back, by all means, come back. And we're working on some other stuff. I gotta like tease this one. I'm excited about this one.
And then no more, man. No more. People are gonna have to come back to the website.
All right, I'm not gonna say this one. This one is dope. This one I'm really freaking excited about because I've been talking to him for a minute, and he confirmed it today. And one of the things that we're gonna do, because it is in this kind of like cool space of sketches, we're gonna actually do like a team up sketch. It doesn't necessarily mean it's something that we're officially publishing because it's a one-off. So you're going to get a team up sketch where La Borinqueña is going to be drawn alongside someone who's not part of our universe. But if there's a collector out there that wants to get that premium piece, that incentive piece, this is your chance to get it, unless somebody else snatches it up first.
and so that being said, we thank you for your time. For anyone who wants to know what that piece is, what it's going to look like, who's it by, go to zoop.gg/c/La Borinqueña. The campaign launches tomorrow. Find it on your phone, on your desktop, wherever you are. Edgardo, where are you on social media? Where can people find you?
My handles, we're on Instagram, La Borinqueña Comics. We're on Twitter, La Borinqueña _GN or Mr. Edgardo NYC. Those are the handles that I'm most we're also on Facebook, La Borinqueña Comics on Facebook as well. Those are the handles that we're the most active on and the most engaged. So we've been literally, even this live stream today, we posted it on all those platforms to kind of like engage an audience in this space as well.
And we see, I don't know if you see what Lynette
Correa. Yeah. Somebody's inviting us up there.
Thank you for chiming in here, Lynette. Very sweet of you. And please, we look forward to your support. And everybody else, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. La Borinqueña drops on Zoop. Zoop.gg/c/La Borinqueña.
Zoop.
The link is in the show notes, in the description. If you're listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, Edgardo, man, thank you so much for this. I can't wait for this to launch tomorrow.
Jordan.
This is going to be super exciting, bud.
Thank you, Jordan. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Eric, who's not here. And thank you, Chance, for doing the back to zine. And in that.
Chance, thanks for stepping
jumping
in, man.
right in with some tight questions.
Jordan was
sometimes these things don't work so well. So
Jordan was advertising for Subaru for a second there.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. This
We're supposed to get paid for that.
But
yo, don't make me laugh. The air quality in New York sucks right now, B.
Edgardo, mask up, stay safe, brother.
Definitely. Peace, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Peace.